Welcome to the Express Lane of Learning, where we dive into the essence of groundbreaking books without the weight. Today, we're exploring Outlive by Peter Attia, chapter by chapter. Our mission: to deliver the key insights and wisdom from his research on longevity, all while keeping the integrity of his message and style. If you're looking to grasp the secrets to a longer, healthier life, but your schedule is packed, you're in the right place. Let's embark on this journey together, understanding Outlive as Peter Attia intended, with all the depth and none of the delays.
Introduction. In the bustling city that resembles Baltimore, I find myself in a peculiar dream, frantically trying to catch falling eggs. The eggs come hurtling down from above, and I rush around with a basket, attempting to save them from hitting the ground. Yet, despite my best efforts, many eggs shatter, coating my shoes and scrubs with gooey yolk. I can't see who is tossing these eggs from the building, but I'm so preoccupied with catching them that I don't have time to look for the culprit. The sense of failure creeps in as I realize I can never catch them all. The frustration builds up, and just when I am about to grasp success, I wake up, robbed of precious sleep once again. This dream haunted me during my days as a surgical resident at Johns Hopkins Hospital. Amidst the chaos of working long hours and facing life and death situations like pancreatic cancer surgeries, the dream of falling eggs added to my sleepless nights. We, the surgeons at Hopkins, were the final lifeline for many patients battling the ruthless disease. The Whipple procedure, our weapon against pancreatic cancer, involved intricate surgery that was once almost always fatal. Despite the high stakes, we strived to improve our skills and increase success rates. However, as I immersed myself in the world of cancer surgery, doubts started creeping in. While the surgeries provided temporary relief by removing tumors, the grim reality remained. Most patients faced a bleak prognosis with only a few years to live. The eggs we thought we caught eventually hit the ground. This revelation left me questioning the true impact of our efforts. Overwhelmed by the futility of catching falling eggs, I took a bold step by leaving medicine behind for a different path. But as fate would have it, a series of events shook me out of my disillusionment and led me back to healthcare with a fresh perspective. The pivotal moment came when I realized that instead of just focusing on catching the eggs, we needed to tackle the root caused the mysterious egg thrower atop the building. The analogy struck a chord within me, urging a shift in approach towards health and disease. It was not about perfecting the art of catching, but about addressing the source of the problem. While my dream self may have relished landing a knockout punch on the egg thrower, the real-world complexities of medicine demanded a more profound strategy. I understood that to truly make a difference, we needed to reframe the situation, adopt a new mindset, and utilize innovative tools. And so, this book embarks on a journey of exploration and discovery, delving into a paradigm shift in how we view and manage health. It's time to stop merely catching eggs and start dismantling the systems that perpetuate their fall. Chapter 1. The Long Game. From fast death to slow death. It's not often an ordinary day turns into a life-altering experience. Picture this: a bustling chaos erupting as medical staff rush to save a woman in her 30s from the clutches of death. Amidst the frenzy, a young medical student, still wet behind the ears, is thrown into the heart-wrenching scene. The woman slips away, leaving the student grappling with questions that linger for years. Fast forward a few years to Baltimore, where trauma and violence reign supreme in the emergency room. The young doctor learns firsthand the difference between fast and slow death, the harsh dividing line between life and the inevitable. But this tale isn't solely about death. It's a journey towards unraveling the mysteries of life and longevity. Over 2 decades later, the same doctor, now well-versed in the intricacies of medicine, embarks on a new path, one dedicated to prolonging life, not just in years, but in quality too. As he delves deeper into the enigma of longevity, the doctor peels back layers of misconceptions. Longevity isn't about defying death indefinitely or merely adding more years to a waning existence. It's about rewriting the script, challenging the status quo, and reshaping destiny. A pivotal moment on a sun-soaked beach serves as a stark reminder of mortality. It prompts a voyage of self-discovery, leading the doctor to confront his own health struggles. Armed with newfound knowledge and a hunger for understanding, he sets out on a quest to decode the complexities of aging, disease, and ultimately, life itself. The doctor discovers a critical flaw in modern medicine's approach to chronic diseases. We're fixated on battling these maladies when they've already entrenched themselves, neglecting the early warning signs that could alter the course of fate. The narrative shifts towards a proactive stance, advocating for interventions before the eggs start tumbling off the ledge, all through a lens of hope and possibility. As the doctor shares his revelations, a roadmap emerges, one that sidesteps the conventional wisdom of quick fixes and instead embraces a holistic approach to well-being. From debunking common health myths to heralding the transformative power of exercise and nutrition, the doctor lays the groundwork for a new chapter in the pursuit of longevity. In a world crowded with promises of immortality and miraculous cures, the doctor emerges not as a savior with all the answers, but as a guide, bridging the gap between science and the human experience. Through his words, a call to action echoes, beckoning readers to rethink their approach to health, ponder their own mortality, and embark on a journey towards a life that not only endures but flourishes. The stage is set. The curtain rises on a tale of resilience, renewal, and the unwavering quest to outlive the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. The story unfolds, inviting each of us to be the authors of our own longevity, to pen a narrative that echoes across time, a testament to the enduring spirit of the human journey. Chapter 2, Medicine 3. Rethinking Medicine for the Age of Chronic Disease. Picture a young, eager resident, brimming with idealism, trying to save a patient's life with a calculated dosing of a powerful drug called genomycin. The stakes are high. Too little, and it's ineffective. Too much, and it could destroy his kidneys. When the time comes for the next precise dose, against the advice of a superior, our resident stands firm, advocating for the patient's immediate well-being. The response? A tongue lashing that shakes the core of his belief in the system he's committed to. But this incident is just one flame in the growing wildfire of frustration and doubt that engulfs him during his medical training. Fast forward to a pivotal decision. Drained by doubts and disillusioned with the resistance to change within the medical establishment, our resident decides to veer off the traditional path. Much to the shock of his peers and mentors, he chooses to depart his residency at the prestigious Hopkins, trading the stethoscope for a role in management consulting. As he immerses himself in the finance world, he inadvertently stumbles upon a critical insight that would redefine his entire approach to medicine: risk. Amidst the chaos leading up to the 2008 financial crisis, armed with his expertise in risk analysis, our protagonist uncovers a brewing disaster within the banking industry. Little did he expect the parallels he would draw between banking risks and patient care decisions. A pivotal meeting with a major US bank's top brass finds him in an eerily familiar role, delivering dire news akin to a terminal diagnosis. Witnessing the executive's stages of grief unfold, he realizes the profound impact of understanding risk in decision-making. This realization sets the stage for his return to medicine with a fresh perspective. Venturing beyond the conventional norms, he coins medicine through a paradigm shift focusing on prevention over treatment, a personalized approach to patient care, a deep understanding of risk, and a paramount emphasis on health span over mere lifespan. Drawing a stark contrast between the reactionary nature of Medicine 2.0 and the proactive stance of Medicine 3.0, he likens the former to a reactive passenger on a ship, while the latter demands a leadership role as the ship's captain, navigating through life's icebergs. Embracing the ideals of Medicine 3.0, our protagonist invites his patients to embark on a pioneering journey. Visualizing himself as the navigator, tirelessly scanning the horizon for potential hazards, he challenges his patients to become captains of their own health journeys. With a keen focus on leveraging technology for personalized care, interpreting risk more thoughtfully, and elevating health span to the forefront, Medicine 3 emerges as a beacon of proactive and patient-centric healthcare, ushering in a new era of preventive, individualized, and holistic well-being. In the ever-evolving landscape of medicine, the story of Medicine 3.0 signals a paradigm shift, a call to arms for patients and practitioners alike to embrace a forward-thinking approach that transcends traditional boundaries and ushers in a new dawn of healthcare where holistic wellness and proactive prevention take center stage. Chapter 3. Objective, Strategy, Tactics, a roadmap for reading this book. In this chapter, we dive into the importance of having a strategic outlook when it comes to living a long and healthy life. Picture this. We attend the funeral of a vibrant woman named Sophie. Sophie's life took a turn for the worse in her 70s due to declining physical health, leading to an unfortunate descent into dementia and a premature passing at age 83. As we ponder at the memorial service, we realize that many individuals experience similar challenges in their later years. Sophie's story highlights the concept of the marginal decade, a period in life where individuals face limitations, health issues, and a sense of diminishing joy. To combat this fate, we must plan for our future decades proactively. I challenge my patients to consider what they envision for themselves in their later years, prompting them to outline activities that bring them joy. By doing so, we shift our focus to health span and improving our physical and cognitive function continually. Using a mathematical function as a metaphor, we visualize the trajectory of our lifespan and health span. The goal is to delay the decline typically seen in midlife, and instead maintain or improve physical and mental capacity well into our later years. Rather than succumb to the marginal decade, our objective becomes to enjoy a bonus decade of thriving in every aspect of life. To achieve this, we must consider our strategy first before diving into tactics. The lesson from the iconic boxing match between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman emphasizes the significance of having a well-thought-out strategy. Ali's plan to tire out his opponent's serves as a reminder that tactics are only effective when aligned with a sound strategy. Similarly, in our quest for longevity, we must first establish an overall approach informed by science and tailored to our goals before delving into specific tactics. Centenarians, animal models, studies on the horseman diseases, cellular aging mechanisms, and Mendelian randomization provide crucial insights that inform our strategy. By triangulating data from these sources, we develop an evidence-informed strategy that minimizes uncertainty and guides our approach. The key is to focus on probabilities and risk, seeking tactics that offer the best chance of enhancing our lifespan and health span. Embracing a dynamic approach, our lifestyle tactics should evolve based on our individual circumstances and the latest scientific findings. Just as in life, where unforeseen events require us to adapt our plans, our tactics for longevity must be flexible and responsive. Remember, as Mike Tyson famously said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. So let's equip ourselves with the tools to navigate the uncertainties of life and aim for our personal longevity alpha, a better than average return on our health capital. Chapter 4. The older you get, the healthier you have been. Richard Overton, a man who found the secret to life in a shot of bourbon and some cigar puffs, lived to a ripe old age of 112. He wasn't alone in his unconventional methods. Take Henry Allingham, who swore by cigarettes, whiskey, and wild women for his 113 years, or the feisty Jean Calment, who lived to 122, enjoying her cigarettes and biking adventures until the very end. These centenarians flaunted the rules of health and still thrived. Mildred Bauer's secret at 106 was a daily beer at 4 p.m., while Ruth Benjamin believed bacon and potatoes held the key to her 109 years. And who could forget Emma Morano, who lived to 117 on a diet of 3 eggs a day, 2 of them raw. If we were to believe the tales of these centenarians, we might think the path to extreme old age is paved with whiskey, bacon, and a carefree attitude towards health. But is this the real story, or are they just pulling our leg? Research on centenarians from the Albert Einstein College of Medicine found that these long-lived individuals weren't necessarily health nuts. Many drank, smoked, and skipped the gym, leading lives that seemed to defy conventional wisdom. It made us ponder, is longevity all about good genes and dumb luck? With less than 0.03% of the population making it past 100, it seems those who reach such impressive milestones are part of an elite club with genetics that set them apart from the rest of us. But what can we learn from these outliers? Do we stand a chance at longevity, even if our gene pool doesn't have the lucky centenarian DNA? Research into the genetics of extreme old age reveals that while genes play a significant role, they are not the only factor. Studies suggest that behaviors, environment, and lifestyle changes can also tilt the scales in our favor, allowing us to mimic the health and vitality of these long-lived individuals. Centenarians, like Ali in a boxing ring, embody resilience. They dodge diseases, overcome lifestyle quirks, and maintain their vigor long past the age of retirement. They defy the odds, showing us that living longer and healthier is not just about the luck of the genetic draw, but a dance between nature and nurture. And if we can crack the code to their longevity puzzle, we might just find the key to unlocking a longer, healthier life for ourselves. Chapter 5. Eat Less, Live Longer. The Science of Hunger and Health. In an astonishing journey to Easter Island, a small group of friends, including the curious and adventurous Tim Ferriss, set out to explore the origins of an extraordinary molecule that held the power to extend life in mammals. The mysterious island, known for its colossal stone heads, became the backdrop to the discovery of rapamycin, a molecule revolutionizing the fields of longevity and transplant medicine. The Canadian biochemist, Sharon Sagel, stumbled upon rapamycin within a jar of soil from Easter Island, defying orders to discard it after his Montreal lab closed. He saw the potential of rapamycin not just as a cure for athlete's foot, but as a groundbreaking immunosuppressant used post-transplant and in arterial stents. His discovery paved the way for further research into the molecule's ability to prolong maximum lifespan in mammals, something unprecedented in the medical world. Rapamycin's effects on a cellular mechanism called mTOR, at the core of growth and reproduction balance against nutrient availability, fascinated scientists like David Sabatini. They found that rapamycin acted as a switch, inhibiting this mechanism found in almost all forms of life across species. The implications were profound, hinting at rapamycin's potential for enhancing longevity. Studies on rapamycin in mice yielded astounding results, showing a significant extension of lifespan, sparking hope for human applications. Contrastingly, other touted supplements like resveratrol and nicotinamide riboside failed to consistently replicate longevity effects in studies, proving rapamycin's uniqueness. The ancient concept of caloric restriction as a means to longevity found validation in modern science through studies on animals. Dating back to Alvise Cornero, a wealthy 16th century Italian who restricted his diet to resolve health issues, the practice of caloric restriction continues to show promise in extending lifespan across various organisms. Further studies unearthed that caloric restriction triggered critical cellular mechanisms tied to nutrients and longevity, particularly through mTOR inhibition. An enzyme, AMPT, akin to a car's low fuel light, was activated during low nutrient levels, promoting mitochondrial biogenesis, the production of new, efficient mitochondria. In parallel, mTOR suppression initiated cellular recycling via autophagy, fostering stress resistance and metabolic efficacy. The narrative shifted to the potential of rapamycin as a longevity drug, with researcher Matt Kieberlein championing its broader benefits beyond immunosuppression. Human trials, however, faced challenges due to potential side effects. Excitingly, studies in pet dogs showed promise with rapamycin enhancing cardiac function and reducing inflammation, hinting at its rejuvenating properties. The prospect of rapamycin as a longevity drug brightened as research revealed its systemic improvements, from reducing inflammation to enhancing cancer surveillance. Kieberlein's dog aging project aimed to unveil rapamycin's effects on longevity, setting the stage for potential human trials in the future. Rapamycin's varied effects on immunity, inflammation, and aging showcased its potential as a geroprotective agent, hinting at a promising future in healthspan extension. As research pushes boundaries in understanding aging mechanisms, the spotlight on molecules like rapamycin and metformin shines brighter, offering a glimpse into a new era of preventive medicine targeting aging-related diseases. In this quest for longevity, tailored approaches like cyclical dosing with rapamycin and innovative trials like the Dog Aging Project represent pivotal steps toward unraveling the mysteries of aging. The saga of rapamycin not only adds a new chapter to medical history, but also hints at a future where enhancing longevity and health span could be within reach.
Chapter 6: The Crisis of Abundance. Can our ancient genes cope with our modern diet? When you enter the world of surgical residency, your first rule is usually to do no harm. Picture a young me in 2001 at Johns Hopkins, tasked with the pre-op briefing for a patient undergoing colon cancer surgery. One crucial question lingers: how much alcohol does he drink? A heavy drinker requires special meds during and after surgery. Meeting with the patient, I'm relieved to hear he drinks minimally. Next day, surgery begins routine until the liver bears an unexpected sight. Instead of a healthy purple, it's mottled and orangish, resembling bad foie gras. The patient's liver screams of alcohol abuse, but he denies it. This puzzling scenario repeats during my residency, a silent epidemic unfolding. Flashback to Topeka, Kansas, half a century earlier, with Samuel Zellman discovering a similar liver anomaly in a non-drinker who guzzled 20 bottles of Coke daily. A study by Zellman uncovers a perplexing condition resembling alcoholic liver damage in obese non-drinkers. Named NASH, this disease thrives globally, affecting over a quarter of the population invisibly. NAFLD, the precursor to NASH, silently wreaks havoc correlated with obesity and high cholesterol, often flying under the radar. Routine liver enzyme tests are key, but what's normal is not necessarily healthy. The liver, resilient yet delicate, is a mysterious organ. Both NASH and NAFLD are reversible if caught early, but if not, they progress to cirrhosis, heralding serious complications. Diving deeper, metabolic dysfunction is the real villain here, not just obesity. This dysfunction, often lurking beneath the surface, is the driver of various health issues ranging from insulin resistance to type 2 diabetes. Even obesity is merely a symptom of underlying metabolic chaos. The term metabolic syndrome, becoming increasingly common, flags individuals at risk years before a full-blown diagnosis. As our knowledge evolves, we realize that managing metabolism is crucial. Our bodies, not built for our ultra-modern diet, struggle to cope with the onslaught of fructose, a high-calorie culprit in many processed foods. Fructose triggers metabolic havoc, contributing to fat accumulation and insulin resistance. This mismatch between our genes and diet fuels an epidemic of metabolic disorders, with excess calories at the heart of the issue. Reflecting on a patient's journey through colon cancer surgery, I ponder the interplay between metabolic dysfunction and disease. Could recognizing his metabolic issues earlier have altered his trajectory? Metabolic health, illuminated through markers like insulin levels, provides a roadmap to overall well-being. Addressing the root cause, metabolic dysfunction, not only tackles obesity, but also thwart various diseases of aging, shifting the paradigm from reactive to proactive healthcare. In this modern age, where our environment has outpaced our evolution, the key to longevity lies in understanding and optimizing our metabolic health. Luckily, we hold the power to revamp our lifestyles, with choices in exercise, diet, and sleep offering a path to reclaiming our genetic legacy from a past of abundance to a future of health and vitality. The journey may be challenging, but the payoff in improved health and wellness is priceless. Let's take charge and outlive the crisis of abundance that plagues our modern society. Chapter 7. The Ticker. Confronting and preventing heart disease, the deadliest killer on the planet. Picture this. Peter Attia, a renowned health guru, stumbles upon a life-altering revelation. Despite his seemingly healthy lifestyle, his family's history of heart disease looms over him like a dark cloud. From his uncle's untimely deaths to his own father's cardiac scare, the shadow of cardiovascular disease follows him like a relentless stalker. Now, as not thin Peter delves deeper into the intricate web of heart disease, a chilling truth unravels before his eyes. Despite his pristine cholesterol levels and impeccable habits, a tiny calcium score unveils unsettling news. He has the arteries of a 55-year-old at the ripe age of 36. His quest for understanding atherosclerosis spirals into a maze of mysteries, guided by mentors in the field. Through gripping revelations, Attia uncovers the insidious nature of this deadly disease, woven intricately into the fabric of his being. He learns that heart disease is a silent predator, lurking in the shadows, awaiting its moment to strike. With humor and insight, Attia breaks down the complexities of lipoproteins, cholesterol, and the role they play in the intricate dance of atherosclerosis. Delving into the science behind the disease, he paints a vivid picture of how our bodies unwittingly set the stage for this silent killer through the intricate interplay of various factors. As the story unfolds, attaining a deeper understanding of heart disease becomes the central mission. Through engaging narratives and personal anecdotes, Attia compellingly illustrates the critical importance of early intervention and prevention. He urges readers to challenge conventional views of risk and treatment, advocating for a proactive approach that transcends traditional medical paradigms. With each twist and turn in the journey, a stark reality emerges: time is of the essence. The key to outsmarting the deadliest killer lies in addressing the root cause, APOD particles, before they unleash their havoc. With a call to action that reverberates through the pages, Attia urges readers to seize control of their health destinies, unfurling the roadmap to a future free from the clutches of heart disease. Chapter 8. The Runaway sell new ways to address the killer that is cancer. Once upon a time, in a VA hospital in Massachusetts, a young resident named Steve Rosenberg stumbled upon a patient, James D'Angelo, who shattered all medical norms. James, a man in his 60s, had miraculously survived metastatic stomach cancer for 12 years without any treatment. This baffled Rosenberg, who probed into D'Angelo's abdomen during a gallbladder operation, expecting to find remnants of tumors, but to his surprise, found nothing at all. It seemed like James had single-handedly vanquished his own cancer with his immune system. Rosenberg, intrigued by this unconventional recovery, embarked on a mission to harness the power of the immune system to combat cancer. Despite initial setbacks and a decade of failed attempts, he remained steadfast in his pursuit. His goal was to revolutionize cancer treatment, moving beyond surgeries like the one he performed on President Reagan and striving for a world where cancer could be fought off naturally. As fate would have it, the tale of Rosenberg's groundbreaking work reached the ears of a young medical student, igniting a passion within them to become a surgical oncologist and work alongside the visionary Rosenberg. The student's journey into the world of cancer had begun long before medical school, as they witnessed the struggles of children battling the disease. The bravery of these young souls, the agony of their families, and the tireless efforts of the medical teams stirred a deep-seated resolve within the student to pivot from engineering to medicine. Joining Rosenberg's lab marked a turning point in the student's understanding of cancer research. Despite over $100 billion poured into cancer research, this relentless disease still stood strong as the second leading cause of death in America, trailing close behind heart disease. While advancements had been made in treating specific cancers like childhood leukemia, the overarching battle against cancer seemed like a daunting uphill climb. The student delves into the complexities that make cancer such a formidable foe. Unlike normal cells, cancer cells defy the body's growth signals and refuse to halt their unchecked proliferation. This rebellion often stems from genetic mutations that disrupt the regulatory mechanisms of cell growth. Moreover, the ability of cancer cells to metastasize, spreading to distant sites in the body, transforms a localized problem into a life-threatening ordeal. The student reflects on the intricate puzzle of cancer, highlighted by the Cancer Genome Atlas project, which aimed to decode the genetic underpinnings of various cancers for targeted therapies. However, the labyrinthine nature of cancer genetics confounded researchers, revealing a landscape of bewildering diversity rather than clear-cut patterns. The standard notion of cancer as a uniform disease dissipated, replaced by a mosaic of mutational profiles unique to each tumor. Amidst the quagmire of cancer research, the quest for effective treatments looms large. The student contemplates the challenges posed by metastatic cancers, the arch nemesis responsible for most cancer-related deaths. While traditional chemotherapy grapples with the dual task of annihilating cancer cells without decimating healthy tissues, its systemic approach often unleashes debilitating side effects on patients. As the student navigates the intricate realm of cancer biology, two critical hallmarks emerge: altered metabolism and immune evasion. These fundamental attributes of cancer cells offer potential targets for innovative therapies that could tip the scales in the battle against metastatic cancers. Harnessing these systemic vulnerabilities provides a glimmer of hope in the quest for more precise and efficacious treatments. As the student delves deeper into the labyrinthine world of cancer research, they remain undaunted by the daunting challenges ahead. The path to conquering cancer may be fraught with complexities, but with resilience, innovation, and a steadfast commitment to the cause, the student stands poised to contribute to the ongoing saga of unraveling the mysteries of the runaway cell and ushering in a new era of cancer treatment. Cancer metabolism. In the 1920s, German physiologist Otto Warburg made a groundbreaking discovery about cancer cells, their insatiable hunger for glucose. Unlike normal cells, these rogue cells were using an inefficient metabolic pathway to produce energy, a phenomenon later known as the Warburg effect. Today, this metabolic dysfunction in cancer cells is increasingly linked to the development and progression of cancer. At Harvard's Dana-Farber Cancer Center, scientist Lou Cantley embarked on a journey to unravel the mysteries of cancer metabolism in the 1980s, a time when the focus was primarily on genetics. Cantley's research led him to the Warburg effect, suggesting that despite its inefficiency in producing energy, it might serve a crucial purpose in fueling rapid cellular proliferation in cancer. Recent studies have shed light on the link between cancer, metabolic dysfunction, and conditions like obesity and type 2 diabetes. These health issues not only increase the risk of cancer, but also influence its progression. Insulin, a key player in metabolic pathways, has been identified as an enabler of cancer growth, prompting a shift in focus towards understanding and targeting cancer metabolism for treatment. Furthermore, the field of cancer treatment has witnessed a paradigm shift with the rise of immunotherapy. Immunologist Steve Rosenberg's pioneering work in harnessing the immune system to combat cancer led to breakthrough treatments like CAR T-cell therapy and checkpoint inhibitors, paving the way for more effective and targeted cancer therapies. As research continues to explore the interplay between metabolism, genetics, and the immune system in cancer, innovative diagnostic tools like liquid biopsies offer hope for early cancer detection and personalized treatment strategies. By combining advanced diagnostic technologies with aggressive screening approaches, there is a glimmer of hope in the fight against cancer, potentially reshaping the landscape of cancer treatment from managing late-stage diseases to preventing them early on. In an era fueled by advancements in cancer research and treatment modalities, the narrative is shifting towards a future where cancer, once deemed a formidable adversary, may become a conquerable foe through a multifaceted approach encompassing early detection, targeted therapies, and personalized medicine. Chapter 9: Chasing Memory. Understanding Alzheimer's disease and other neurodegenerative diseases. Imagine walking into a doctor's office, not due to sickness, but out of curiosity for longevity like Stephanie, a 40-year-old woman with an unremarkable family history, except for her mother's early signs of memory loss. Little did Stephanie know that her blood test would reveal not just one, but two ApoE4 alleles, significantly increasing her risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Stephanie found herself in a whirlwind of emotions as the doctor delicately broke the news to her. In the world of neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer's reigns as one of the most challenging. It's an enemy that strikes fear into the hearts of many as it slowly chips away at one's memories, taking pieces of oneself along with it. Unlike some diseases where treatments exist, Alzheimer's has proven elusive, leaving researchers on a relentless quest to unlock its secrets. But Alzheimer's is not alone in its wrath. Other neurodegenerative diseases, such as Lewy body dementia and Parkinson's, lurk in the shadows, ready to prey on unsuspecting victims. The tangled web of these diseases, all stemming from neurodegeneration, presents a formidable challenge with no cure in sight. The quest for a breakthrough in treatment continues, with billions of dollars invested in hopes of finding a remedy for these devastating conditions. Despite the bleak landscape of these diseases, hope lingers on the horizon through the concept of prevention. Dr. Peter Attia and his team embark on a mission with patients like Stephanie, focusing on early intervention and mitigation of risk factors. By addressing metabolic issues, embracing exercise as a powerful tool, and exploring alternative strategies such as sauna use, the path to preventing neurodegenerative diseases begins to take shape. In the face of the enigmatic ApoE4 variant, the team devises a personalized preventive plan tailored to each high-risk patient. From dietary changes to physical activity, the multifaceted approach aims to strengthen metabolic health and promote overall well-being. Additionally, novel interventions such as addressing hearing loss and oral health emerge as unexpected allies in the battle against cognitive decline. As the journey unfolds, it becomes clear that the key to outsmarting neurodegenerative diseases lies in early detection and comprehensive prevention strategies. The race against time to safeguard cognitive health underscores the pivotal role of lifestyle modifications, emphasizing that what's good for the heart and the liver is indeed good for the brain. In a world where the illusion of knowledge often obscures the truth, the pursuit of understanding Alzheimer's and its counterparts demands relentless dedication and a willingness to embrace new paradigms. Through the lens of prevention and risk reduction, the quest to outlive these debilitating diseases unfolds as a testament to the power of resilience, hope, and the unwavering spirit of those determined to chase memory and reclaim their future. The road ahead is challenging, but with each step towards prevention, the promise of a brighter, healthier tomorrow beckons from the horizon. Chapter 10: Thinking Tactically, Building a Framework of Principles that Work for You. Just a couple of centuries ago, when the cities of Europe started booming in the wake of the Industrial Revolution, cancers began to rear their ugly heads more frequently, along with heart diseases, type 2 diabetes, and even dementia. These ailments, collectively labeled as diseases of civilization, seemed to flourish as society modernized. But wait, it's not like we want to ditch everything from civilizations and go back to the hunting-gathering days. Heck no, I'd choose my iPhone dilemmas over dealing with our ancestors' survival challenges any day. Despite our fancy technological advancements that have rocketed our lifespan and living standards sky high, our cushy lifestyle has its pitfalls. You see, while our evolution has barely nudged our genetic makeup, our world has been on a roller coaster of changes. Take fructose, for example. Once upon a time, it was our loyal sidekick, helping us stash fat reserves for harsh winters. But today, with fructose galore in sugary drinks, our bodies are swimming in more fructose than they can handle, leading to metabolic chaos. Our modern living environment is a whole new beast, from what we eat hello processed foods, to how we move or barely move, even to how we snooze and deal with emotional roller coasters thanks social media. It's a mismatch our genes didn't see coming, akin to presenting an airport to Hippocrates. And as if dodging deaths from diseases wasn't enough, surviving now means outsmarting Mother Nature herself. Picture this. Our genes are like boxers stepping into the ring, totally unaware that the game has changed. It's like Ollie fighting Foreman without knowing the latter's inclination for massive hooks. That's where tactics come into play. We've dissected our strategy piece by piece in the last chapters, understanding our foes' diseases and our battle plan. Now, tactical moves are the name of the game. How are we going to pioneer into the unknown, boost our chances of dodging diseases, and elevate our quality of life as we age? To unravel the maze of longevity, we navigate 5 tactical realms in Medicine 3.0. First up, we've got exercise, the juggernaut domain that reigns supreme in expanding our lifespan and health span. And no, exercising isn't merely sweating it out. It's breaking it down into aerobic efficiency, strength, and stability too. Then comes nutrition, or as I prefer to call it, nutritional biochemistry, our fueling guide. Next in line is our buddy, sleep, the unsung hero of the medicine world. Managing and revamping our emotional well-being snatch the 4th domain spot, while the 5th domain encompasses a cocktail of drugs, supplements, and hormones that swoop in when needed. Now, before you think these tactics are as plain as day, rewind a bit. Sure, working out, eating right, snuggling for snoozes, and keeping the spirits high seems like the no-brainer path. But hold up the devils in the details. How we exercise, revamp our diet, and clock in quality ZZZs is where the gold lies. It's akin to untangling a messy ball of yarn to find the perfect knot to solve the puzzle. Imagine this car accidents, the bane of our roads. They snag lives faster than Usain Bolt sprints, but what if I told you that some of these tragedies are preventable? Buckle up, avoid texting at the wheel, and definitely refrain from drinking and driving. These are no-brainers. But hang on a sec, did you know that intersections, not highways, are the real danger zones? Yup, turns out, most fatal crashes happen at crossroads, with left-sided hits being the deadly siren in a red light run. But hey, we've got a trick up our sleeve. Drumroll please, a simple but strategic move of checking left, then right, and left again can be our saving grace. So, there you have it, tactics, the unsung heroes of our longevity quest. It's about diving deep, finding the cues, making the right moves, and tweaking them as we march ahead. Just like dodging accidents on the road, our journey to longevity demands a keen eye, specific strategies, and a nimble approach to stay ahead of the game. Chapter 11. Exercise, the most powerful longevity drug. Let's dive into a story as riveting as any, where the quest for a fountain of youth finds an unexpected hero. Exercise. Picture Muhammad Ali, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee, not just in the ring, but with every jump rope and push-up. His secret? Winning not in the glow of the spotlight, but in the sweat of preparation. This tale isn't just about boxing. It's about unlocking the most potent drug for a long, vibrant life activity. John Griffin's simple inquiry, cardio or weights, opens Pandora's box. It's not just a question. It's a cry for clarity in an ocean of conflicting fitness advice. Our guide through this maze isn't just anyone. Before diving back into medicine, our narrator waded through nutrition research's quagmire, finding more questions than answers. Eggs, friend or foe? Is coffee the elixir of life or a silent killer? It's enough to drive anyone mad. But then, something clicked. An email response to John, intended as a brief guide, morphed into a manifesto, blooming into the very book we're journeying through. At its heart, this story challenges the binary chaos of fitness and nutrition dogma. Cardio or weights? Why not both? The real enemy is the oversimplification of complex, life-impacting decisions. Here's the kicker. Exercise isn't just about fitting into those genes from high school or outpacing the person on the next treadmill. It's about scripting how the story of your life unfolds. Minimal exercise can add years to your life and life to your years, staving off chronic illnesses and enhancing mental and emotional well-being. From a slow walk to a weightlifting session, the transition from sedentary to active could be the plot twist your life story needs. And so, to John and to us all, the answer is resounding. Yes and yes, more cardio, more weights. It's not about the division of the gym floor, but about embracing both sides for a fuller, richer life narrative.
Our narrative then delves into the science, painting exercise as a miracle cure found in the tales of old, capable of rivaling the most advanced medicines without needing a prescription. The evidence is compelling, showcasing a world where fitness is the linchpin of longevity. High aerobic fitness and strength aren't just badges of honor. They're the markers of a life well lived, with studies to back up their lofty claims.
But the plot thickens as we realize muscle strength holds its own powerful story, with the potential to influence our life's duration as much as our aerobic prowess. Strength isn't just for show. It's the foundation of a body built to withstand the test of time. Enter the centenarian decathlon, a concept not about preparing for 100 years of life, but living every year to its fullest, no matter the number. This isn't about training for the Olympics. It's about training for life's everyday hurdles and joys, from lifting groceries to playing with grandkids. The decathlon isn't a competition against others, but a challenge to ourselves to maintain the strength, balance, and vitality to enjoy our days fully, regardless of age. In this tale, exercise emerges not as a chore, but as a cherished companion on our journey through life, a guardian of our vitality, and a key to a story filled with more chapters of adventure, laughter, and memories. So lace up those sneakers, and let's write a future where every day is a victory lap. Chapter 12, Training 101. How to prepare for the centenarian decathlon. Picture this. You're preparing for a decathlon where the goal isn't just to complete it, but to do so with vitality and strength. It's a multi-dimensional challenge that involves optimizing aerobic endurance, strength, and stability, the trifecta for longevity and well-being. When it comes to cardiovascular exercise, it's not merely about burning calories, it's about fueling your body efficiently. By training within Zone 2, a sweet spot between easy and moderate effort, you enhance your body's ability to utilize glucose and fat, essential for overall metabolic health. Strength training isn't just about lifting heavy weights. It's about enhancing muscle mass while ensuring injury prevention. Think of stability as your solid base that bolsters your body, preventing injury and serving as the cornerstone for your overall fitness. A key aspect of aerobic fitness is Zone 2 training, a pace that ensures you're working hard enough to boost metabolic flexibility, but not too hard to accumulate excessive lactate. By stimulating your mitochondria through endurance exercises like cycling or brisk walking, you enhance glucose uptake and metabolic health. VO2 max, your maximum aerobic capacity, is crucial for longevity. It's linked to your functional capacity and how well you can navigate tasks as you age. Training to improve your VO2 max keeps you functionally younger and sets you up for a fulfilling, independent life in your later years. Strength training is like retirement savings for your muscles. It's not about bicep size, but how much you can carry and grip with strength. Focusing on foundational elements like grip strength, eccentric loading, pulling movements, and hip hinging exercises ensures you're gearing up for a robust, active life even as you age. So, whether it's rucking through the hills or honing your grip strength, these training fundamentals pave the way for thriving in your very own centenarian decathlon. Chapter 13: The Gospel of Stability. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to fall into the trap of neglecting our physical well-being. The story of Sophie, my friend Becky's mother, and my own experience of a debilitating back injury in my youth shed light on a common trend among older adults: injury leading to a decline in physical activity. Chronic pain affects a significant portion of the population, limiting their daily activities and stifling their potential for movement.
Through my journey and research, I've come to realize the crucial importance of stability in preventing injury and enabling us to move freely as we age. Stability goes beyond just having strong core muscles. It involves the subconscious ability to control force efficiently throughout the body. Imagine stability as the foundation on which our ability to move stands. Without stability, we are likely to experience joint injuries and hindered physical performance.
Picture this. Imagine yourself as a race car speeding around a track. Just as stable tires are needed for high-speed maneuvers, our feet are the primary contact point between our bodies and the ground. Much like driving with underinflated or overinflated tires affects the car's performance, issues like supination and pronation in our feet can impact our movement efficiency and increase our risk of injury. Have you ever tried toe yoga? By reawakening the dexterity and strength of our toes, we can improve our balance, gait, and overall foot health. Just as a car relies on its tires for traction and stability, our feet play a crucial role in absorbing and distributing force, safeguarding our joints and spine from unnecessary strain. As we ascend the ladder of stability, our journey brings us to the spine. Often neglected in our sedentary lifestyles, the spine is the pillar of our body. Exercises like cat-cow movements can enhance our spinal awareness and segmental control, helping us maintain a neutral spine during activities like deadlifting. Through conscious breathing and intentional movement, we can build a strong foundation to support our actions. And what about Barry, the retired executive who embarked on a transformative fitness journey in his 80s? By starting with basic movements, stabilizing drills, and gradually progressing towards agility training and strength exercises, Barry proves that it's never too late to prioritize our health. His commitment to learning stability principles and enhancing his functional strength showcases the profound impact exercise can have on our lives, enabling us to pick ourselves up and propel forward. So, whether you're a seasoned athlete or someone seeking to reclaim your physical vitality, remember this: stability isn't just about preventing injury. It's about empowering ourselves to move with confidence and grace, regardless of our age or fitness level. Just like Barry embraced a new challenge to become stronger and more capable, we too can rewrite our narrative of decline and strive for a future brimming with strength, resilience, and joy. Chapter 14: Nutrition 3. You say potato, I say nutritional biochemistry. Have you ever found yourself at a party, desperately trying to avoid the dreaded conversation about diet and nutrition? Well, imagine being a nutrition expert in that very predicament. Our protagonist dreads these encounters as much as a rabbit dreads a carrot shortage. Feigning a grand mal seizure or pretending to have a phone call, anything to escape the labyrinth of opinions about what we should be eating, and who can blame them. The diet world is a minefield of misunderstandings, where everyone seems to have the ultimate answer to eating well. Picture this scenario. The great physicist Richard Feynman once bemused a partygoer by explaining his Nobel Prize work to simplifying nutrition science. It just can't be done succinctly. From questionable epidemiological studies claiming tree nuts will save your soul to flawed clinical trials promoting the latest diet craze, it's a jungle out there. With a staggering 40,000 diet books on Amazon, one wonders if any of them hold the holy grail of eating well. Like a reformed zealot, our protagonist spent 3 years on a ketogenic diet, preaching its gospel far and wide. Yet, the journey through the snake oil salesman of diet fads brought enlightenment. There is no one-size-fits-all diet. The tribalism of food regimens vegan, carnivore, paleo, and the like reigns supreme, each claiming superiority without substantial evidence. It's a rumble in the food jungle with zealots as loud as a rock concert. Our protagonist, however, had a change of heart, a eureka moment seeping through the diet dogma. No longer tethered to a single diet gospel, they see the light. It's not about dictating what you eat, but understanding what nourishes your individual temple. Enter Nutrition 3.0, a fervent quest for scientific truth amidst the diet din. Gone are the days of blanket diet recommendations. Say hello to personalized nutrition based on feedback and data. It's not about following the latest food fad. It's about finding what fuels your body and mind optimally. Oh, the relief of breaking free from diet indoctrination. As our protagonist scales the slope of enlightenment, a newfound humility shapes their journey. They urge us to shun the term diet for the more enlightening nutritional biochemistry. It's not about ideology, but about the science of how food interacts with our bodies on a molecular level. Goodbye, nutrition zealotry. Hello, rational food choices based on scientific understanding. In the quest to unravel the enigmatic world of nutrition, where bad epidemiology reigns supreme, our protagonist takes us on a journey through the quagmire of nutritional research. From flawed epidemiological studies unable to distinguish correlation from causation to clinical trials riddled with compliance challenges, the plot thickens. Yet, glimmers of hope emerge from studies like Predimed, extolling the benefits of the Mediterranean diet on cardiovascular health. Amidst the chaos of dietary misinformation, our hero advocates for a shift in perspective. It's not about choosing one diet to rule them all, but finding what works best for your body. Gone are the days of dogmatic food doctrines. Welcome to a world where nutritional biochemistry guides your plate. The next chapter promises to be a beacon of light in the dietary darkness as we delve into unlocking the mysteries of individualized nourishment. Chapter 15. Putting nutritional biochemistry into practice. How to find the right eating pattern for you. You know that feeling when you're putting on your favorite shirt only to discover the buttons won't close anymore. Frustrating, right? Well, that is how many of my patients feel when they come to me, already on some kind of diet, dissatisfied with the lack of results. Resonating with them, I reflect on my own experience, attempting a vegan diet during my residency days when I was not Thin Peter. Theoretically, going vegan should have led to weight loss by chewing through a mountain of salad compared to a ribeye. But, trapped in the hospital, I succumbed to chips, snacks, and veggie subs, losing no weight in 6 long months. So what's the deal? It's the standard American diet sad a cornucopia of subsidized corn, flour, sugar, and soy set up to feed the masses efficiently, not harmfully. The SAD, with its added sugar, processed oils, and dense caloric foods, is more hazardous than it appears, akin to cigarettes that weren't meant to kill. It's a sad reality our bodies aren't evolutionarily wired for abundant calories we fuss over today. The SAD sabotages our metabolic health, making us overnourished and undernourished simultaneously. Breaking free from the SAD is the universal diet quest: eat less, eat better. Enter caloric restriction CR, dietary restriction doctor, and time restriction TR strategies. CR is a bodybuilder's tool-precise caloric tracking, no cheating. Doctor targets specific food restriction with varied success. TR, like intermittent fasting, is trendy, but can backfire if you binge on pizza daily. Now, let's deep dive into CR. Calories matter big time. Excess calories spell trouble leading to chronic diseases. The key is managing the numbers bodybuilders can track with precision, shedding weight while staying flexible with food choices. The doctor path emphasizes kicking specific evils off the menu. A personalized approach is crucial, avoiding overnutrition pitfalls. As we turn to alcohol, we're left at a crossroads. It's fun, sure, but harmful. Ethanol's downside is stark. It's an empty calorie vortex, messing with fat metabolism, inciting mindless eating. Keep it in check, lower its intake. Moderation is the golden rule here. Now let's talk about carbohydrates, an ocean of confusion. Match carbs to your needs and tolerance. Steer clear of sugar-laden pitfalls. It's not about good or bad, but finding a sweet spot based on your body's response. The Continuous Glucose Monitor CGM is a game changer, unveiling the real-time glucose dance post-meal. It's like knowing the future, seeing how foods affect glucose levels and making adjustments on the fly. Balancing act is the key: experimenting, learning, and adapting your intake, maintaining flexibility. In the end, it's about finding your nutritional sweet spot, one where health, hedonism, and biochemistry harmonize. So, whether you're counting calories, dodging dietary foes, or clocking your meal times, remember it's a journey to find your right eating pattern, one bite at a time. The case for and against fasting. In the world of nutrition, fasting or time-restricted eating is often hailed as a powerful tool for reaching health goals. But just how effective is it, really? Let's delve into the journey of Tom, a friend facing serious metabolic issues, to understand the nuances of fasting. Tom, a lipidologist with metabolic concerns, struggled with maintaining a strict ketogenic diet. Despite efforts over several years, his liver enzymes remained high, and his weight was unchanged. Feeling like he had exhausted all other options, he turned to fasting as a last resort. Initially apprehensive, Tom agreed to an aggressive plan. 1 week per month of drastically reduced caloric intake, mainly from fats and protein. This form of fasting, called hypocaloric eating, allowed him to consume around 700 calories per day, curbing hunger without fully feeding his body. Suddenly, blood biomarkers that had been in the red for years turned green. His lipids normalized, liver enzymes dropped to safe levels, and he shed a significant 67 pounds. Tom's renewed health was evident as he gained back his mobility, stopped numerous medications, and improved his overall well-being. Fasting effectively jump-started his sluggish metabolism, resetting it in a way no other diet had managed. However, this strict form of fasting isn't for everyone. Its muscle-depleting effects make it a tool best reserved for the most severe metabolic cases when all other options have failed. In conclusion, fasting can be a rescue tactic for individuals facing significant metabolic challenges like Tom. While nutrition plays a crucial role in our health strategy, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Finding a sustainable approach, whether through fasting or other tactics tailored to individual needs, is key in our journey towards better health. Chapter 16: The Awakening. As the bright lights of the hospital blinked out for the evening, exhaustion enveloped me like a heavy blanket. The grueling hours of medical residency had carved deep shadows beneath my eyes, a testament to the sacrifices of time and sleep that we all made in the name of our profession. My mind, a kaleidoscope of patient cases and treatment plans, longed for the respite of rest. One evening, after an impossibly long shift, I found myself at a crossroads of sleep deprivation. The advice to live a little echoed in my mind, tempting me to forego precious rest in favor of fleeting moments of perceived freedom. The car ride home blurred into surreal snapshots, a sudden jerk of awakening at a traffic light, the realization of sleep-steered danger, a stalled engine, and the comforting embrace of a park to rest my weary body. My unplanned nap under the open skies of Baltimore's Patterson Park was a rude awakening. Waking up to a gritty reality of an illicit underworld, I marveled at my own vulnerability while nestled in green scrubs on the cold ground. Syringes scattered around me, I winced at the bite marks on my forearms, evidence of a night where sleep had claimed me against my will. It took years for the lesson of that harrowing sleepless night to penetrate my consciousness. Hours of surgical procedures and patient care morphed into years of disregard towards the importance of sleep. The medical profession, steeped in tradition, sanctioned our deprivation of rest, glorifying our sleep-starved days as a badge of honor. As I reflect on those reckless times, I marvel at the audacious disregard for the sanctity of sleep in the name of a noble profession. The hours of wakefulness that translated into lapses of judgment during procedures hint at the danger of a tired mind steering a scalpel. The errors and near misses, the compromised patient safety in the pursuit of medical excellence, are now stark reminders of the price we paid for a flawed ideology. From that fateful sleep in Patterson Park to the haunting memories of near mishaps in the operating room, the puzzle of sleep gradually unraveled before me. The pieces of scientific research, painting a vivid picture of the critical role sleep plays in our short-term performance and long-term health, now seemed irrefutable. The dangers of chronic sleep deprivation, lurking as silent assassins in the night, threatened not only our metabolic health, but also our cognitive function and emotional equilibrium. With bated breath, I embraced the awakening to the vital importance of sleep in the tapestry of our well-being. Shedding the cloak of ignorance that shrouded me for years, I now stand as a proponent of the fountain of youth hidden in the sanctum of rest. As I unraveled the mysteries of slumber, I discovered its restorative powers, its capacity to ignite the flame of creativity, to imbue our physical bodies with resilience and our weary minds with clarity. Chapter 17. Work in Progress. The High Price of Ignoring Emotional Health. Every Monday, new patients arrive at the bridge to recovery. On this particular day, I find myself sitting in the common area, feeling a sense of unease. The facility is nestled deep in the woods of Bowling Green, Kentucky, with a musty aroma lingering in the air. As the other newcomers trickle in, I am taken aback by their exhausted and depleted appearance. Multiple addiction struggles are evident, among them drugs, alcohol, sex, or a combination. I can't help but feel a sense of disconnect. These broken individuals seem a world away from who I perceive myself to be. During the check-in session, where we are asked to describe our emotional state, I hit a wall. Rage simmers within me, a deep-seated anger that I struggle to put into words. I am furious at the situations that have led me to this place, convinced that I don't belong among these broken souls. The emotional awareness eludes me, leaving me feeling wholly inadequate in this environment. A pivotal moment occurs when Sarah, a fellow patient, acknowledges the turmoil beneath my surface and offers a comforting truth: nobody arrives here on a winning streak. This simple statement cuts through my facade of defiant anger, nudging me towards a path of acceptance and self-reflection. Reflecting back on a near fistfight incident in a parking lot and the harrowing experience with my infant son Ayrton's health scare, I recognize the chaos and emotional turmoil that has been building within me. The suppression of these emotions has pushed me to the edge, jeopardizing every aspect of my life. As I delve into therapy at the Bridge and later at psychological counseling services in Arizona, I embark on a journey of profound self-discovery and healing. Guided by skilled therapists, I unravel the layers of trauma and shame that have shaped me, confront my deep-seated anger, and learn to navigate the tumultuous waters of emotional distress and self-loathing. DBT therapy becomes a cornerstone of my emotional health regimen as I learn to regulate my emotions, cultivate distress tolerance, and enhance interpersonal effectiveness. Through mindfulness practices, reframing negative thoughts, and engaging in opposite actions, I pave a path towards emotional equilibrium and self-acceptance. Committing to weekly therapy sessions, nurturing healthy behaviors, and practicing mindful awareness, I gradually chip away at the self-imposed barriers and destructive patterns that have held me captive. Embracing the notion of change and the belief that I deserve better, I embark on a transformative journey towards self-compassion and emotional well-being. Through a dedicated effort to unbecome everything that isn't truly me, I begin to unravel the layers of false narratives and self-criticism, paving the way to authentic connections and a profound sense of joy in simply being. In this chapter, the chapters of my own emotional transformation, I find that true outliving involves not just physical health, but emotional resilience and self-awareness, a journey that continues to unfold, one day at a time. Epilogue. As I reflect on my turbulent journey, it becomes clear how my perception of emotional well-being intertwines with longevity. In the past, I wholeheartedly believed in the Silicon Valley approach to health, the idea that we could hack our way into living to 120 by optimizing every aspect of our lives. I was the poster child for this mentality, constantly experimenting with fasting techniques and sleep gadgets to stretch out my years. But it took me 2 trips to inpatient centers, 5 tumultuous years, and almost losing everything before I had a change of heart.
I came to a profound realization that longevity means little when your life is in disarray. No amount of optimized metrics or biohacking can compensate for a crumbling marriage, strained relationships, or personal demons. All the health markers in the world don't hold weight if your existence lacks meaning or joy. It all boils down to the fundamental question, why do we seek to prolong our lives? For what purpose or for whom?
My fixation on longevity was, at its core, a manifestation of my fear of mortality. Strangely, the arrival of my children only fueled this anxiety. I was so preoccupied with outsmarting death that I neglected the essence of living. While my physical health thrived, my emotional well-being wilted, accumulating a pile of regrets along the way. Looking back, I realize I squandered precious time chasing an empty goal and causing unnecessary pain to myself and others. However, through my journey of recovery, the shadows of my mortality obsession began to recede. The pursuit of longevity morphed from a harrowing mission to an opportunity for growth and anticipation of what lies ahead. Life gained a newfound clarity, purpose, and significance. The pivotal moment for me echoes the sentiments of my friend Rick Elias, a survivor of the miraculous US Airways landing on the Hudson River. That near tragedy altered his perspective on longevity completely. I, too, had been fixated on extending life for the wrong reasons, mired in past regrets, and seeking a prolonged runway to make amends. Rick's insight struck a chord within me. True age isn't measured in years, but in outlook. Those fixated on the past have grown old, while those dreaming and aspiring for the future remain youthful at heart. It's not about the number of years, but the vibrancy and anticipation that fuel our souls. So, here's to staying perpetually young amidst the march of time. And just like that, we've turned the final page on Outlive by Peter Attia. What a journey it has been, exploring each chapter, diving deep into the intricacies of longevity, health, and the science behind living a longer, more fulfilling life. It's been an absolute pleasure guiding you as we unpacked this incredible book together. We've covered everything from the groundbreaking research to the personal anecdotes that Peter Attia masterfully intertwines with practical advice. But what makes Outlive truly special is how it invites us to reflect on our own lives, encouraging us to make choices today that our future selves will thank us for. I want to hear from you now. How has this book changed your perspective on health and longevity? Which chapter resonated with you the most and why? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear your takeaways. If you've enjoyed this chapter by chapter journey and want to dive into more books with us, make sure to subscribe. Your support means the world. Before we close this book and place it back on the shelf, I want to leave you with one final thought from Outlive. The choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Let's make them count.